Yeah, no, it was a great weekend for us. I think this weekend kind of showed all the hard work we've been putting in the last couple of years to get our program to this level. And I mean, I thought we were really close. I remember Bree and I in December were trying to write lineups out, going, "Hey, I think we have a chance to do it. We can create a lot of matchup problems at all levels." And here we are, 4 or 5 months later, and sure enough, it happened.
Ara, a lot of emotions, but especially just because you've been with this program for a long time. You've seen it, almost at the very beginning of what the beach program was, but even just as a dual sport athlete, and as a lone senior, what does it mean? What does this mean for you, and what does this mean for the program?
First of all, it's incredible. I can't believe it still has happened. I was just talking to David, and it kind of is settling in today, but it's still unbelievable. But seeing the program from my freshman year to now, there was always potential, and we've had some good matchups and games and everything, but I think this kind of solidified everything we've learned and the IQ that the program has built, and everybody has progressively gotten better, and I think like the older girls keep passing it on, which is really cool to see it keep building. So, and I think this year solidified all of it.
And then Hahni, I mean, kind of the underclassmen a little bit, but what does this mean for you, in your second year, just where you came from last year and then this year, just playing at the one spot, All-American status. How are you feeling?
It's super exciting just because I still have more years to play, and the fact that we've done this year, it makes me excited for next year because we really only lose Bob, and I'm excited to see where we'll go and what we can do with the future.
All right, questions?
I mean, you talked about only losing Ara. What does that kind of what kind of Bob? What kind of does that mean for this program, knowing that you do have people coming back who have just won a national championship? I mean, you guys have a lot of people, sophomores, freshmen. What does that kind of mean for this program?
I think the big part of that is that we're bringing a lot of people back that have the culture and understand what it takes to get to that level that can be passed on. So we're carrying that experience over and understanding that, hey, this road doesn't change. We've been there. We know how to do this, and we can teach the new people coming in.
And then to kind of face a tough team in that semifinal match and then go on to that, what did that kind of mean for you guys to be like, okay, we beat a really good team in that semifinal match? What was that like for you guys as athletes?
I think, for the whole team is probably the sense of gratification, and then also a little bit of reassurance, like, hey, we are good and we definitely can win this at this point. So it was really cool.
Just to second that, before going into that, it was like we're going to beat Tampa and move forward really well, or that's that. And so it was kind of we've made it this far, there's nothing to lose sort of deal. So yeah, just to second that, gratification going forward after that was great.
The competition that you play all year long with all the D1s and all, it just, they always say playing out obviously makes you better, but did that just give you that much more confidence going, well, they're not going to be better than anybody we played all year. We can do this?
I think that was a big part of the way we schedule is, right, we want to see some of these top teams. When we do go to Florida, we've experienced that level, and it forces us to play at a higher level. It exposes our weaknesses earlier so we can improve on those. So I think the strength of our schedule was definitely something that helped us when we went down to Florida, because we're seeing athletes that aren't necessarily at the Boise, Oregon level down there, and we know how to play against them.
And obviously national championship, it's a big thing for any program. How is this going to kind of help you guys either in recruiting, money-wise? How does this national championship improve the program over time?
I think this is a statement to what we've been doing here. I mean, I've already gotten 15 recruiting emails from people I've already read about that, so it's putting us on the map for those side of things, and hopefully this will help with our funding as we try to ask for some things to improve our training and our travel so we can get more competition in. That it's just a statement that, hey, what we're doing is right, let's keep investing in that.
Kind of the way you started this program is, okay, we're just going to, we're going to start it obviously small, bring in a couple of beach kids, bring the indoor kids through, and then as you win, could you just see more and more opportunity to get beach centric and still have those indoor players play a big role?
Yeah, I mean, I think from when we started, we basically had 10 indoor kids who were doing both, and we got a couple beach only. And as it started to grow, the beach recruiting scene also grew. I think it was hard back in 2015. You knew of like 7 clubs that you could draw from, and if your name wasn't USC, UCLA, you probably weren't getting some of those top kids. And the high school side of it has grown a ton. That there's a lot more to recruit from, and I think CMU is still a desirable place for people that don't necessarily want to be on the coast, but they like the outdoors. And so this is where we are now.
And you guys are both players. What's the draw for beach versus indoor, other than you're outside now that it's nice out and your season's over? But what do you have to adjust to, and what's the draw for beach?
I really like it because there's a lot of things you can control. It's just you and your partner on the court, and so there's not all these outside factors of everything happening around you and a bunch of refs and all these things. It's just you and your partner versus 2 other people. And so, I mean, there's a lot of adjusting with the sun, the wind, the outdoor weather conditions. Like when we started playing, there was ice on our courts, little things like that are just kind of different here. But I think it's a super enjoyable game. It's super strategic. Not that indoor volleyball isn't, but you really game plan really hard in beach.
Second it. Summed it up well.
When it thaws out, it doesn't hurt quite as much to fall on. Do you think, the two play off each other and improve your skills in both, especially for next year?
Oh, definitely. I think playing beach definitely makes all of our indoor players more athletic, and vice versa. We just get different skills and different looks from both, and just being more well-rounded athletes, I think it really helps.
Hahni, with being such a young player in the CMU program, both beach and indoor volleyball, what kind of confidence does this give you going into next year, for both seasons?
I don't know. It's just exciting that I get 2 more years to play, and we've already kind of been at that higher level, and we can just keep going. And so hopefully we're going for the natty for indoor.
Can you just kind of see? Beach it's incredibly popular during the Olympics. I think it's one of the the more viewed sports in the games and all. Can you kind of see this through campus a little bit, or more kids jumping on the courts when you guys are practicing?
Yeah, I think the beach scene here, I know our intramurals, that league always fills up. The other courts that are left up all the time, we always see people out there playing when the weather is nice. So I think the beach game has grown. And when we had the home event with Utah, we had a ton of people that were coming out for that. So you can just see how much the audience of it just keeps doubling every year.
It was also a huge team win, but worth mentioning too. Serena Vanwist, Ty Wedmore earning AVCA CBBB Player of the Week. That's a testament, to the team. But just speak a little bit on that and what the award kind of means to the program as well.
So I think that's a great honor. Those National Player of the Weeks have been coming from TCU, UCLA, USC. We're the only D2 team in that right now. And Sabrina and Ty had a great tournament. They went undefeated down in Tampa. Everybody they faced, they found a way to win. Some in 3, some in 2. But it just shows, all right, hey, that we're getting recognition even from all levels.
Did the trophy get its own seat on the way home?
The trophy was glued to Bob for about 48 hours.
I was going to say, every picture I've seen,
every picture is like-
Bob has it.
It was Bob's senior year, so it was all hers.
I said I was keeping eyes on it until we got back, and that's what I did.
Okay, we're just gonna do a quick rapid fire and then one last question. So, chocolate eggs or chocolate bunnies?
Eggs.
Bunnies.
Peeps or no peeps?
Peeps.
No peeps.
All right, and then what was your favorite family Easter tradition growing up?
Mine was recent with my niece, but we would plant jelly beans in our flower bed, and then when the Easter Bunny came, lollipops came up. So it was only a few years when she was younger, but I think that was one of my favorite.
I think ours would have to be kind of the traditional Easter egg hunt, but there's only one egg that ever had cash in it, so it was a race to find the one egg that had the cash.
I'm from Alaska, so our Easter egg hunts were always in the snow, which sometimes made it hard, but that was definitely fun, just digging through everything and trying to find things.